Today is the big day to think of how far we have come and how far we have to go. Along with multifarious struggles and triumphs, there is much more to thrive and much more to show. Let us rejoice the majestic journey this establishment had up to now. Let us take a vow to make it even better. Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Chairman Sir Shri R.N. Jindal and our ideal respected Vice Chairman Sir Shri Anirudh Jindal for their constant support in organizing this event. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I, Dr. Ashudhiman, feel immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to all on behalf of Geeta Ratan International Business School, who has clubbed all of us virtually for 11th International Conference on Global Information and Business Strategies. Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, music, art, wisdom, and nature, represents the free flow of wisdom and consciousness. She is the mother of the Vedas, and chants directed to her called Saraswati Vandana often begin and end Vedic lessons. So before we start the event, let us pray to Ma Saraswati with lighting of lamp, wishing the success of the event. Geeta Ratan International Business School was established in year 2004. The institute is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi, and is approved by All India Council for Technical Education, Ministry of HRD, and Government of India for technical programs, and Bar Council of India for law programs. GIBS is currently offering postgraduate programs with MBA first and second shift, MBA International Business, and undergraduate programs with BBA LLB, BA LLB, and BBA. GIBS has been graded A by National Assessment and Accreditation Council in second cycle. It is an ISO 9001-2008 certified institute. GIBS has been rated A+ by State Fee Regulatory Committee, a fee committee of Government of NCT of Delhi, and rated highest grading A by Joint Inspection Committee of Government of NCT Delhi and DGISIPU University. GIBS has been rated grade A by Academic Audit Cell of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University consecutively from past 8 years. Also, GIBS has been rated number 2 by Times B School Survey twice in 2019 and 20. Now, I would request Director Professor B.S. Hoti for welcome address.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, among us, we have today distinguished dignitaries, Professor Gurbax Singh, Karkara, Vice Chancellor, RNB University, Professor Tabrez Ahmad, Vice Chancellor, GD Goenka University, Dr. Anbuthambi, Bhojarajan, President, ICT Academy, our Honorable Chairman, Shri R.N. Jindal, Vice Chairman, Shri Anirudh Jindal, distinguished guests, participants of 11th International Conference on Global Information and Business Strategies. I would like to extend my warm welcome to all dignitaries, distinguished guests, and to the august gathering. I am happy to announce that we are conducting this international conference on virtual mode during pandemic situation. National lockdown forced states to impose additional curfew measures. Economic activities, particularly industry and services, slowed down. Real GDP contracted by 23.9%. The impact of pandemic in most developed countries continues to be severe. The informal sector, where India's large labor force is employed, has been affected. The world GDP growth is minus. International business and trade got a hit. There is a disruption even in the global supply chain. Every threat brings some opportunities. It is the same with COVID-19. We are gradually coping up with the situation. The use of technology has gone many folds. Now the businesses are implementing different strategies. This particular conference is to bring the intellectuals, thought leaders, researchers to this platform to share their ideas which can be used for future endeavors. We will be publishing 7 e-books as the outcome of the deliberations during the conference. I hope this conference will give you a great takeaway. At the end, I would like to wish all the participants all the best and once again welcome everyone to this 11th International Conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As one of the national capital's leading business schools, GIBS brings together people, cultures, and ideas from around the world to change lives and to transform organizations. The present-day business environment is in a state of flux, besieged by a host of issues and challenges. In such an uncertain landscape, the need of R is to formulate strategies for the functional domains alongside having a holistic approach for the overall success of the business enterprise. The principal theme of the conference is Global Information and Business Strategies. It aims at bringing together researchers and practitioners by disseminating knowledge. Research is a framework of growth. It has given us various innovative products and techniques. New paradigms have only been established today due to research efforts by individuals across boundaries. Academia and industry linkages are very important, but what academicians need to learn from industry is the areas of growth and development so as to channelize their research efforts in the right areas. In addition, keep developing new insights on the basis of pure research and contribute to the industry. In the same line, we feel honored to announce that we have received more than 130 research papers from eminent researchers for the conference from around the corners of the world. Our knowledge partner is ICT Academy. ICT Academy is a successful public-private partnership social enterprise of India, an initiative of Government of India, state governments, and industry aimed at developing the next generation talent pool by bridging the gap between industry and academia. Today, I take the opportunity to introduce our guest of honors, Dr. Anbuthambi, Mr. Sharad Babu T, Professor Dr. Tabrez Ahmad, Professor Dr. G.S. Karkara. Although they all need no introduction, yet the occasion demands, and here it is in brief. Introducing Professor Dr. G.S. Karkara. Professor Karkara is the Vice Chancellor to RNB Global University and has teaching experience of above 45 years. He was associated with the University of Rajasthan as Professor and Head Department of Law and as Director 5 years law course. He has been Research Associate of the University Grant Commission, New Delhi for 5 years. Sir has been a supervisor at research leading to PhD degree in law. Professor G.S. Karkara is a prolific writer and has written 40 books on various law topics and revised 2 books. He has written 37 articles and research papers. He has organized 38 seminars, conferences, workshops. He has been a resource person at many seminars and attended around 10 international conferences. He has delivered extension lectures on internal law at dozens of universities in India and in foreign countries. He has taken a many project of UGC, High Court of Rajasthan, Indian Law Institute, New Delhi, and Government of India. He was awarded Grahak Seva Award 1991 by Gujarat State Consumer Protection Center at Bombay and Rajya Puraskar 1999 by Ministry of Law and Company Affairs, Government of India. We feel privileged to have you with us, sir. Sir, I request you to enlighten the participants with your vast knowledge. Sir, please turn on your audio.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you, organizers.
Thank you, sir.
Professor Hothi, then Principal Meeta Berry, Professor Ram Narayan, my ex-colleague. Congratulations you all to organize this international conference. All faculties and students of Gita Ratan International Business School, Delhi, for this initiative to develop the issues by putting before the gathering the problems arising to the industry and the professions due to COVID-19 pandemic. And The post-COVID management through business strategies you might be discussing in this conference. As told by the director, sir, COVID-19 pandemic has pushed the world into unprecedented crisis and uncertainty. This pandemic is likely to go down as the costliest disaster ever in the human history. Not only our country, but
Yes.
also the international community are engaged in collective endeavor to tackle the devastating human impact of the pandemic, but more is needed. I believe that this is the proper time and suitable platform for this think tank gathered today to discuss these issues and bring out some solutions. So in this conference, I hope that the assemble would make an assessment of the employment implications of the COVID crisis by classifying economic sectors and implications of the COVID crisis on various professions and labor markets, and also to speculate on the midterm and long-term developments, since most and the least affected sectors are probably going to continue to operate differently until a vaccine is made available or other long-term solution is found. In India, the pandemic combined with the global headwinds delivered a severe blow to the economy. This assumes significance in an economy dominated by micro and small businessmen, primarily in the informal sectors. Friends, it would be remembered that the employment impact is asymmetrical within and between different states in India. It is different in different professions, different industries. Some states are more likely to suffer the vast employment implications of the confinement because their productive specializations and labor market institutions. Indeed, in labor market, various states, various sectors are more vulnerable even before the crisis. So for various enterprises, various professions, various businesses, the impact of COVID-19 has been uneven. So all the population which are suffering also, they feel differently in different states. Majority of employers operate businesses in their hardest sectors of manufacturing, of accommodation, of food services, wholesale, retail, real estate, business activities, and with which I am most concerned is the legal profession. Because COVID-19 has exposed the vulnerability of the legal professionals also. Courts are closed. Advocates are out of job. So they are the first to be jolted by the lockdown measures as economic activities were halted, threatening survival of many new entrants in legal profession. So,
Thank you, sir.
during the presidency of the courts, the Supreme Court and High Courts had developed their own SOPs, special operating procedures, and we at our university used to send the law students for internship. But now the whole system has changed, and we have taught the students the functioning of online course. Their special SOPs became the part of the syllabus. And we must utilize this opportunity to build back better efforts. We need to develop long-term sustainable strategies to address such challenges. So we may think of Indian legal system where there is no need of witnesses or litigants to wait outside courtrooms. New procedural legal system may be evolved. Similarly, in different industries, we have to be choosy. We have to do many things online. Other businesses also. So that is what I think as a law person in this post-COVID, what could be the factors in such conditions. So thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sharad Babuti could not join us for the conference due to high fever and choked throat, but sir has sent us wishes for the conference. Thank you, sir. We wish you a speedy recovery. I feel privileged to introduce another guest of honor for today's conference, Professor Dr. Tabrez Ahmad. Dr. Ahmad has 20 years of rich experience and in teaching, research, and general administration. Dr. Tabrez Ahmad is a doctorate in cyber law and IPR from AMU Aligarh. He is working as Vice Chancellor and Dean School of Law at GD Goenka University. He is the National Vice President of Law Teachers Division, Indian Chapter of International Council of Jurists, London, United Kingdom, and Chair Legal Education Section of Indian National Bar Association. Prior to joining GD Goenka University, he has worked as Pro-Vice Chancellor and Dean School of Law at Galgottias University, Professor and Dean at the University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, School of Law. Dr. Ahmad is a prolific speaker in the areas of cyber law, IPR, and energy law, and has been the resource person in many organizations of repute, to name a few: Biju Patnaik State Police Academy, Orissa State Judicial Academy, ICCC Egypt, International Intellectual Property Law Association Dubai, IIPLA London, BITS China, 6 WIPF, 5th and 11th GIPF, 23rd Convergence India, Meetings International Singapore, and Bureau of Police Research Development Government of India. He has authored a pioneering book entitled Cyber Law, E-Commerce and M-Commerce, and published more than 100 papers in reputed journals. He is an active blogger and also on the editorial board of various journals, including JIPR of CSIR, JPL of Canadian Centre of Science and Education, Journal of World Review of Business Research Australia, etc. As per the New York-based Social Science Research Network rankings, he is ranked among the top 200 law authors in the world. He is among the IP Leaders 2019 top 100 most followed LinkedIn lawyers and has been ranked at 13th in the world. Sir, we are fortunate to have you with us as a guest of honor. Sir, I request you to take over and enlighten the participants. There are some technical glitches, so sir will join just afterwards. I would like to introduce our next guest of honor, Dr. Anbuthambi. Dr. Anbuthambi is the president of ICT Academy. He has been with ICT Academy since its inception, holding various positions, and is currently in the leadership role, responsible for strategic planning, managing nationwide academic initiatives, global corporate partnerships, government projects, education technology, marketing, and advocacy. With more than 20 years of experience in education, skill development, and ITES industries, holds a bachelor degree in computer application, a master's in business administration, and a post-graduation in business management from XLRI Jamshedpur with a merit of third rank holder in his batch. Completed his PhD in management with his research area on employability skills. He is a member of governing councils and board of studies in various higher education institutions across India. A winner of Power to Empire 2013, a National Skill Enterprise Challenge conducted by NSDC and CII. With his passion in the field of skill development, digital enablement, and youth empowerment, he has been a passionate public speaker in various forums. We feel honored to have with us, sir. I would now request Dr. Anbuthambi to take over and share his experiences with the participants.
Thank you, madam, for your warm introduction. Hope my audio and video is clear to all of you. Thanks for that nice introduction. And first of all, let me congratulate the team, Geeta Ratan, for a wonderful job of organizing this international conference on global information and business strategies during this pandemic period, specifically when we are in the transition between the pandemic and the new normal world. Hope audio and video is clear. Let me just get one or two confirmation over the chat window so that it will be good for me to continue.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm sure Madam gave an introduction about me, and I am part of an organization called ICT Academy. This academy works with the entire industry, specifically the ITITS sector across the globe, and then we work on getting inputs from those organizations of what is required for the future, understand the future of work, and based on the future of work, we work with institutions and corporates in India to ramp up their capabilities and those skills towards the future of work. So I think that's the overall theme of why ICT Academy is existing. And we continuously work with teachers, corporates, students, and citizens of India in order to make them move towards the next generation digital transformation. So with this background, I've been talking to a lot of corporates and a lot of colleges like you all, and very rarely I speak in B schools, because typically the more work that we do is with the engineering colleges, because of the volume, the mass volume of our future graduates are in engineering or in the science and humanities, specifically the arts and science streams. But there are some good, serious graduates like you all who are learning management studies, and most of you are into business studies, specifically marketing, sales, finance, etc. So today, on this context of the global information and business strategy, so I think let me spend some 15 to 20 minutes while inaugurating this session on what will be the new normal world. I think this transformation of businesses started when digital came into a play. Earlier days, even now when you read certain books, it will teach us certain theories, it will teach us certain concepts, or it will teach us certain frameworks which was written several years back. Right from you take your product marketing books, or you take your marketing management books, or you take even your Salesforce automation books and things like that. You will typically learn about the distributor channels, the way in which selling is happening, the way in which people market, the 4 Ps and things like that. Theoretically, when we have been learning that, and those still continues to be a foundation, but doesn't mean that the world is confined to those only. The digital made a big disruption in the last, I think, 20 years. And specifically the last 10 years, the digital transformation and the digital infusion by the government among the citizen paved way for huge number of businesses to come online. When I say come online, it is not, I'm not just talking about digital businesses, I'm talking about businesses that leveraged digital. So if you take today, most of you are who are in the MBA, and tomorrow when you get into any organization or when you think about entrepreneurship opportunities, you cannot leave digital from that thinking, because digital is a play which is here to stay, and digital was the play which made the country grow, made all of us to think big. Otherwise, earlier we used to think little small, right? We were thinking, 10 years back, when if you have completed MBA 10 to 15 years back, at the most you would have thought about starting a small SME, having some small idea, thinking a small market, with maybe your city, or taking a small market size and things like that. Today, the situation is not like that. Today, you can think the entire world, the entire globe is your market. And market size, you cannot, you may not be able to even find your market size because it is so big. I understand there are some products which are locally developed, but it is sold globally. No, I'm not talking about big companies or large product companies. I'm talking about some small time guys. There are, I know one of a college which we work with, that student has developed one product. And that product, his first customer was from Canada. He was sitting and developing from Bangalore. He was a student. He was a student. He has got an idea. He was also in engineering, then MBA he completed. So he made a product, a small software product, and his first customer was Canada. Imagine he would have developed that product keeping in mind India. He would have developed that product keeping in the mind what Indian market will take from him and things like that. But after the development of the product, he found the product was sold in Canada. It is just like that. That there is a story saying there was one large bike company, motorcycle company. They wanted to sell motorcycle in South Africa. So what they did is African countries, So they sent 40. They had some 40 to 50 salesmen who were supposed to go door to door. To talk about that big motorcycle. Then they've given their small TVS 50 kind of motorcycle to all their salespeople, assuming they will go and sell their big motorcycle. Then finally they found the interest was more towards the TVS 50, which is the small end vehicle which the salesman was driving. So end of the day, then they found the market is bigger in African countries for the smaller vehicle. Then potentially they moved their, they changed their sales strategy towards, getting that smaller vehicle than selling the bigger ones. The idea is like this. Now you start thinking of a product, develop a product, start marketing. By the time your go-to market is in place, by the time you reach the market, you will find, you will get some unexpected answers. You will see an unexpected market. You will see an unexpected customer. I think that is the new way of thinking by the consumer himself. Okay, and the world is the entire globe is the market. While statutory obligations may confine us to do business in certain number of continents, but still, if you look at overall, the entire globe is the market. But this was possible only with the digital transformation. So I don't want to dwell more into businesses, because over the next 2 days, you're going to deal with a lot of information related to business and related to the strategy for the new normal world. But I would like to give you some inputs on what will set the foundation or fundamental for that, or what was key in the last few years, specifically the last 10 years. I'm sure if you were if you were an engineering student, then come into MBA, you would have got some solid foundation on what made the digital transformation story big. I'm sure you should be knowing there are 4 things which changed the way in which the digital transformation has scaled the businesses of what it is today. Number 1 is cloud. Now you may think cloud is a very, very technical subject, but cloud is not a technical subject. Cloud is a business subject. You should understand that first. These are the 4 elements which I will talk to you in the next 10-15 minutes. 4 different areas of technologies which changed the way in which businesses was done, which changed the way in which businesses have scaled. Because before cloud, the cloud is what is cloud? Today we are talking about, if there are some non-tech people, you should understand cloud is a place where your entire data is stored and processed somewhere. It is not in your computer. Cloud is just above you, so that you whether you develop a software, whether you do a banking service, whether you send email, whether you communicate like this. Now currently we are doing an online video session. So if you look at everything today, whatever you do, it was powered, or it is powered by a technology called cloud. I want each of you to think you should do you should get a good understanding of what cloud means and what is the power of cloud. Again, let me repeat, cloud is not technology subject. You should understand cloud, how the businesses transforms because of the cloud technology. Earlier, it used to be, I develop a product or develop a software, I keep it in my computer. I'm sure you all remember the days when you have to take your passbook to a bank to get an entry into the passbook, to understand entry into the passbook and to understand what is your balance available in your bank account. I think that situation is changed now. Today, the time any transaction happens in your account, the next minute you get an SMS, the next minute it is updated in your passbook, which is your online banking account. What does that mean? What is powering it? Is it the software? Yes, of course, but the software sits over the cloud. Today you talk about your any product that you are using today. I'm not only talking about digital product, even the non-digital products like banking, like healthcare, like education, everything now it has got power of cloud. Today online learning happens through cloud. This video conference happens through cloud. You are able to book a ticket for a movie through an app which sits over cloud. You are able to buy a food through Swiggy, again it sits over cloud. You are able to talk to somebody in US, it happens through cloud. So if you look at the cloud is powered the way in which we have worked. So today, if you are that too in future, if you have any ideas to be implemented, that idea may be an idea which is not relevant to digital or IT, but remember that idea will be powered by cloud. So that is the number one big thing which has happened in the past, and that is the one big thing which you should always keep in mind when you talk about any business strategy change. Second is data. I'm sure this time and again you would have heard from experts, or you would have heard everywhere. Data is the new normal, or data is the new normal dictionary for all of us. The importance of data, I don't need to tell all of you. Any businesses will when you say anything sits over a cloud, which means data is powering that cloud. So while software is important, managing the data of all these businesses are highly important. Managing this data in all businesses is highly important, and which means every business is now depending on the data which you're holding, whether it can be consumer data, whether it can be their transactional data, whether it can be the user data, it can be any data, but any business will depend on data. Then if you remember earlier, people used to say database management system, then they said data warehousing, then they said big data, now they talk about analytics, now they talk about artificial intelligence, and now giving artificial intelligence your data and your way in which the data will speak to your product. So you take about IoT now. No, again, don't think data is all about technology. It is also about non-technology. If you look at today, people talk about every equipment, every accessories, every product will be powered by Internet of Things. So when you say Internet of Things, through Internet, data has been procured from the device, and then the device and the device will act based on the processing of data which is made by the software. So data plays a crucial role. So as a management professional, you should have very, very clear understanding about the data. You should have very, very clear understanding about in-depth information about the data, how to manage the data. how to process that data, and you should also know how to visualize that data, because at the end of the day, data visualizing is important. And specifically when tomorrow when you're going to lead big businesses, you should have good understanding of how do I visualize the data, thereby I make meaningful decision. So if you can Google out the roles in data, it is right from the database management to up to visualizing towards making proper business decision. I think that played a critical role in making all these sectors like banking, all these sectors like even healthcare, everybody to work and give importance towards data. So that was the second one which gave a big change, and it is here to stay. Today, if you look at every MBA graduate is now looking at learning big data analytics. The reason is you understand the power of that when you go on tomorrow work with a company or run your own company. Okay, which is second. The third is all about the mobile, the digital transformation which took place. So again, early the digital transformation, when I say even a common man is now being able to access access to mobile phone, and more than half of the nation is now people have smartphones. At least every family has a smartphone to some extent. So whether the decision maker or the decision influencer, one consumer in every home to some extent he has a mobile with an internet penetration to it, which means if you develop a product or if you have a meaningful purposeful product which can reach to the entire masses of India, definitely the business is going to be big. Today, the success of all products what the large companies do, and even if you take the banking sector, the government decided everybody will have a bank account, which means under the Jan Dhan Yojana scheme or under any program, they said let every household hold a bank account and let every household get digitally their money. Which means indirectly, this digital transformation or the digital infusion has been made among every citizen of India. So, when I say mobile, I'm just not talking only about the usage of mobile for the purpose of communication. I'm talking about how we start using digital, how we start using digital for everything. So today, this pandemic period has really made people to think different. I don't know whether you are aware, earlier days, this one business called e-learning business. If you remember, if you look at this e-learning as a business, you're all students. So you look at e-learning for learning, like Coursera, Simply Learn. There are several programs. You would have gone and learned some courses in PTEL, Swayam, everywhere. You would have learned. But look at the school segment, the K-12 segment, that kindergarten to 12th class, K-12 segment. Excepting the very, very high-end schools, none of them were adopting to the digital learning pre-COVID pandemic. Everybody, we were all used to the brick and mortar model. We just go to class. We learn in classroom, we come back home. Very, very few schools would have adopted. Rich schools would have made students adopt to new age technology-based learning, but not all. But the situation during this pandemic period, even the government schools leveraged the power of online learning. Earlier, people used to complain that we are not used to digital learning. Our students will not learn digital. They will not be able to concentrate on digital learning. There were hundreds of excuses. But if you look at now, there are states which are claiming that almost I've completed the entire syllabus online. Which means even the government school teachers are now adopting to the new age learning, the digital teaching, and they're ensuring their teaching today using a Zoom or using this kind of platform, using Microsoft Team. Even a school kid is aware. Did we teach them? Did we all teach them how to use how to attend an online class? No. We have created that as a habit. If you look at this pandemic period, has changed the way in which even a consumer thinks. Imagine a 6th class students. I have my neighbors' kids. They're in the age group of they're in the 5th standard and 6th standard. They know how to operate their online classes, which means they know how to log in. They know how to switch on the camera. They know how to switch on the mic. They know how to talk to a teacher. I think nobody taught them. They would have struggled for initial 1 or 2 weeks, but that digital infusion has been made. So that means now the new consumer who will be, technically, for example, say down the line after 2 to 3 years or 4 to 5 years, everybody, whoever comes out of school would have already been a digital savvy. So you should remember that. So when any organization you join, or when you think about a new entrepreneurship idea, when you think what you should do, you should always remember the future consumer will be a digital. Maybe it will start with some 50-60% now, but at one point in time down the line, somebody predicted in 2026 almost everybody will be tech savvy, which means everybody will get the digital ingredient in their skills, so that they will operate things digitally. And look at the types of business which has changed. We used to watch movies in theaters, then it came to television, now it is internet. I think the OTT platforms, which was a new market, which is all what? Which is all content generators, And look at the change which happened to everyone in the ecosystem. Let us take a movie for that sake. Let us just take a movie. Somebody produces a movie, and that movie is released in theaters. And the same movie, the same product, according to the maker of the cinema, the same product was sold to OTT platforms, which is either Amazon Prime, or somebody will purchase that, and they will run it for years. They will run it for years. Typically, otherwise, that movie would have been with theaters for some days, then that shelf life would have gone. Now the shelf life is increased. Look at their point of view. I mean, the makers, for that business point of view, they've now got a new method and new model of doing things. So it is not just that. There is something called ad revenue attached to it. There is something called you have comboing, you have packaging. So there are many things attached to this one single product called one cinema. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is, even as I always used to say, innovation need not be when you find something new. Innovation can be on finding something, finding a route to do the same thing in a different way. For example, say this, we were doing this session directly, by coming to Gibbs. If I have to talk to you, I used to come to Gibbs. But now the situation is, we are doing the same thing, but in a different model. We are saving time, we are saving money, we are saving energy, so that you don't travel everywhere. So look at the thing. So you will still have the same thing. At the end of the day, you are getting the same knowledge for the next 2 days, but in a little different pattern. You are getting it to your convenience of sitting at home. So innovation doesn't mean that, our idea doesn't mean that it should be always new. It can always be something that you will change things or tweak things, so that it will become better and better. So in technology, if you look at how we leverage the cloud, how we leverage the mobile, how we are currently leveraging the data analytics. The other major power was social. Again, this social media was the one major power that boosted businesses in a very big way. So these four become strong foundation. I'm not talking something new. These four are not new. These four are the one which ruled in the last 10 years. I would say last 10 years. I think the growth of the entire digital transformation for businesses was with these four things. Cloud, mobile, social, and data. These are the four things. And as a student of management studies, you should understand the fundamentals of all four things, because the next 10 years, it will be the new era of artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is the one which now everybody is trying to cover for every business, whether it be retail business, whether it be banking, whether it be usage of software product, anything. Everyone is thinking, can we make everybody business because even a smaller thing, by the time you go to, you open your Gmail, the minimum level of artificial intelligence is you search something in Google, and then you go to Gmail, you get a mail, you search something in Google, which means there is some amount of data analytics powered by AI. I think it will go to an extent of machine or software finding. I think there is some echo in between, that someone has kept the mic on. May request the other speakers to keep the mic for some time. So finally, the end of the day, the disruption happened through these 4 technologies in businesses, and powering the power that artificial intelligence will bring in the next few years, or it is already started, I would say. But the big things are yet to come. Now in AI, people now are working, or companies are innovating newer things using the power of digital learning, deep learning and machine learning with the power of artificial intelligence. Definitely, the businesses are all set to change in a very big way in the next 10 years. I think down the line, next 10 years,
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. You are not audible, sir. Sir, you are not audible. Please turn on your mic.
what happened suddenly? I didn't switch off. Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible now.
Okay, thank you. So if you look at traditional sectors like banking, healthcare, education, not only those, even remote sectors like deep sea diving, or you take even oil and refinery, things like that, or very, very new age businesses like these kind of online businesses, everything will undergo a big change when it is powered by AI. So you as a student, again, you should keep your eyes open towards these technologies, because some technology will suddenly disrupt the earlier one, which we have been thinking is powering us a lot. Okay. Now, again, let me repeat, certain technologies, we may think it is powering a lot, but a new technology may come and kill that technology. So we should always have our eyes and ears open towards what technology disruptions are happening towards businesses, because when we talk about business today, we cannot leave digital from it. There is no business, right from again, as I told you, right from your traditional businesses to the current context businesses, everything is powered by digital is what you should remember. Okay, so with that context, let me not take much time. There are other speakers. All I wish my dear fellow students of the institute and from around the place, as management students, if your future is just here, you may be in the final year, or you may be in the first year of management, it is just down the line. The post-COVID scenario is going to be different. The world is new, because the new normal world has come specifically in the behavior of consumer. If you have learned something called consumer behavior in your paper, in your books this year or last year, that will be all new next year. You should remember that. It is not the old consumer behavior. It is not when I say old, I am not talking about several years back. The consumer behavior of 2019 and the consumer behavior in 2021 will be totally different in many occasions. Our mindset would have changed, towards each businesses and each product. So with this, let me only request all of you to just keep pace with how consumer behavior changes. I'm sure for which there are enough and more reports being released by large consulting firms. You should go through that. Even yesterday, I found somebody released the consumer behavior post-COVID. I think Deloitte or somebody released a book. I want you to always keep your minds open and continuously read the large research reports of large organizations, which will give you greater insights, because that will change. If I have to give some inputs from 2019 report, it will be totally wrong for today. It will not be relevant for today. So my request is, the dynamism has increased a lot. The industry dynamics, the market dynamics, the business dynamics. Earlier it used to change every year or every 3 years, etc. But now it is not like that. Even every quarter some things are changing. Even large businesses are changing their strategies every quarter. See, earlier people used to say, let me set a strategy for one financial year. Now it is not like that. Now the situation is, big businesses are saying, let us do a quarterly strategy. Let us change the monthly go-to-market strategy, things like that. So Welcome to this dynamic world, and I welcome all of you to this world of businesses now post your education. And I wish this deliberations today and tomorrow will bring in a lot of newer insights on from experts talking about various things in depth. So all the very, very best to all students, and thank you very much for the opportunity to the entire management of the Vidyarathan Institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. We are also thankful to ICT Academy for their support. I would request Professor Dr. Tabrez Ahmad to kindly turn on their video. I would request Dr. Tabrez Ahmad to please turn on their video.
I turned on my video. Yeah. It's on from my side. My video is on from my side.
Sir, can you please turn your video on?
It is on from my side. Yeah.
Shri Tabrez Ahmad.
My video is on. Are you getting me? Am I audible?
Professor Tabrez, your video is on and your audio is on. Madam, please go ahead. Sir is on.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see you, but are you not able to see me?
No, you're audible. You're audible and your video is clear.
Yeah. Should I go ahead or?
Sir.
Madam, you can.
So actually, he's not visible to me. I'm sorry. Dear participants, we are waiting for Dr. Tabrez Ahmad to join us. So please stay with us. Sir will join us very soon.
I'm ready to join. Am I getting me? Hello? 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 Am I audible?
As we are waiting for Professor Tabrez Ahmad, and he may be joining in 1 minute. He has joined.
Hello?
So can you please turn your camera on?
Am I audible to you? Hello?
Professor Tabrez Ahmad, kindly turn your camera on.
Sir's camera is on.
Ma'am, actually, he is not visible to us. Okay.
No, he is visible. He is visible.
Okay. If ma'am, please confirm if he is audible too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Professor Dr. Tabrez Ahmad, sir, has a rich experience of 20 years and extensive experience in teaching, research, and general administration. Dr. Tabrez Ahmad is a doctorate in cyber law and IPR from AMU Aligarh. He is working as Vice Chancellor and Dean School of Law at GD Goenka University.
Hello?
So we are fortunate to have you as a guest of honor. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Should I start or?
Yes, sir. You may.
Okay, so thank you all of you. So myself, Dr. Tabrez Ahmad, and let me thank the GIBS International Institute for the invitation of this program. Already Mr. Anbuthambi Bhojarajan discussed detail about the use of digital media and also data and all in this COVID-19 period, and how it is going to change the consumer behavior, going to change the entire market, how it is changing the skill requirement of the management graduates. So very nicely he has spoken. Let me pick up from there, and that's why I would like to share my thoughts on the changing paradigm of the management education because of the COVID-19 period, because of changing market dynamics and all. So we are going to see a new normal. We are seeing from last 1 year, and it's going to further change the entire market. It's going to stay for long because the way the COVID-19 impacted the entire education sector, entire the digital marketing sector, entire this use of technology for promotion of knowledge. In fact, the supply chain, assembly lines, and even the HR hiring, it is a lot of change happening. And also, we're going to challenge the performance management, and also about this because entire businesses depend on the contract and the agreements, and the performance of contracts is a big challenge. If you go back to 1980s, we used to have the 1G technology that we used to simply just send a kind of a call. And then we had this in 2G technology in 1990. We could have the call, then messages, then we have 3G in 2000, where we are able to also have the videos. And then we have seen the 4G technology in 2020. This 4G technology is going to change the entire world. Then 5G technology is coming very fast, and Huawei company in the China is the market leader. So in the 4G in 2010, that we are able to at least use the kind of video streaming and video and data and then call, and then we have a convergence of technology. So it is now by single instrument you can use the entire business, trade, commerce, calling, data, okay, everything. But the 5G is going to change the entire world. So then, in fact, the COVID-19 was a testing time, and also kind of the change the entire world, and also we have tested this technology. If you go back to 1995, for the first time we have seen the internet coming in India, and also the mobile phone, we were not actually very confident that how much time it will take to provide the level playing field for us for the e-commerce and m-commerce. People used to say it will take at least 50 years for India to use these technologies. But thanks to the technology and thanks to the consumers, in just 25 years, we are able to see the full use of the e-commerce, m-commerce, and online business, digital marketing. And the COVID-19 has given the testing time. So once we, because those who are not the very tech savvy and not very useful and used to a technology, they were not very comfortable that how we are going to survive or going to see the usefulness of this technology. But because of COVID-19, when we are fully dependent on these technologies, because we could survive because of internet and mobile phones and social media in the COVID-19, when there was full lockdown in the world, and entire world was dependent on these technologies. So now we are fully confident. It has given a lot of positive thoughts, but I see that it is a kind of an opportunity for all of us, because if you see in terms of the cost benefit analysis, it is providing a lot of benefit to all of us with a lower cost. Even this particular webinar is happening right now is very, very cheap if you see in the sense of the kind of value addition it is doing. So everybody is online globally and it is having some cost. If you just consider if the webinar is happening in the offline mode, when everybody is going to the campus and every student participant and every speaker, and the kind of cost was very, very high. So day by day, because of use of technology, we are going to reduce cost. And now the idea is that how to increase the value addition, how to have the more engagements, how to have the more sophistication, and how to have the more outcomes. And this way, because of this pressure of the COVID-19, we are able to concentrate, and we have seen a lot of emergence of technologies, a lot of platforms have come, and people have done a lot of research to refine the use of this kind of technology. So my point is that, and then if you talk about the 4G and 5G, entire game of data is there. So we said data is the new oil. You see earlier days, we used to say that if anybody has a, this oil and gas and petroleum is going to be the market leader. But right now, those who are going to have the data base, they're going to be the market leader. And that's why we have seen that the why America and China, all these multinational companies, that they're behind data. And why then India government has banned more than 200 the Chinese applications, because these applications were trying to capture data, okay, to collect data, and that data can also be used and can be shared with the Chinese security agencies. It may be very serious matter for the national security and for the this privacy or maybe violation of the human rights and all. So that's why now the entire game of data is there, and so now every country is behind the data collection and data management, data processing, data analysis. If you see the entire business of the social media is depending on data analysis. If you might have some experience that if you go and search something on Google, after 1 hour you see on your social media you're getting a lot of advertisement. For example, somebody is going to Dubai and you are searching for the flights. Next day he will see that you will be getting a lot of advertisement of the different flights, rate, discounts. Even you may also get the ads for the hotels. You never actually wanted to search hotel, but because you search flights, so social media by the artificial intelligence is also giving you the options of the hotels. Because if you're traveling to Dubai, you may also like to have some hotels, and you will be getting a lot of rates and all. So this way, in fact, this is the matter of this analytics, the social media analytics, and then because of analysis and because of the use of the machine learning and AI, you are getting automatic kind of generation of lot of advertisements and all. So this is the entire business is running on this particular point. So sometimes you feel that you're very happy to get a free account or the email or maybe social media, but you are going to pay a heavy price because your all data, your privacy, all information is at stake. And then anybody who is tracking you can do a lot of mischief against you. So this is the kind of new model is growing, and this is going to stay because now this is the era of digital technology, the communication technology, and also the AI and machine learning and IoT. So now we have to try to imbibe and try to develop yourself for the new normal, because this is going to stay for long. And those countries or those company, those culture societies who are able to imbibe these technologies very fast, they are going to stay. And those who cannot develop, they may not be able to survive properly. So that's why now even this regarding the education system, now the defining criteria is going to change. We used to say earlier, if anybody has good infrastructure, in the sense of physical infrastructure, building, facilities and all, will be a deciding factor. But right now, those universities, those colleges who are going to have the very strong IT infrastructure, they are going to be deciding factor. They can be the market leader. So now, whether you have very good online journals, you are going to have good platforms, you have going to have good bandwidth, good internet connection, good technology, good instruments, okay, good gadgets and all. So if you can manage these things, this can be the deciding factor for you to become the market leader. But now the next question is that regarding this, the security and safety of this data. I think please switch off your mic because there's a lot of echo is happening. Yeah. So now the question is that data is going to generate, data is new oil, and data collection, data analysis going to deciding factor, and also the use of the gadgets and technology is deciding factor. But the question is that how to ensure the security of this data, because the data is flowing throughout the world. You know that if you're doing just a business transaction by paying credit cards, you know that the information is going to flow to several countries. And once this is flowing several countries, whether it is safe and secure for you, whether anybody is hacking the information, whether anybody can misuse the information, is a big question mark. That's why India is also very serious about data protection law, and we have seen by that India has made a commission. Then we had they have given lot of recommendations, and now our database protection law is in process. We are going to have very soon the Personal Data Protection Act in the country. This data protection also talks about that lot of this division of the data, personal data, sensitive personal data, and then how we are going to protect this data. So my question is that now the future lies in the data security, internet security, and cyber security. So those actually technologies and those countries who are going to protect this kind of data security is a very, very important aspect, because unless until you are able to protect your data, you are not safe. And because now every data is on the cyberspace and outer space. And also, if you talk about the cyberspace, there is a kind of the space that is about the dark space, this dark net. And the dark net, now as per the reports, in the dark net, we generally talk about the clear net or the internet, that is 4%. But deep net, dark net is around 96%. And all the drugs dealing, all these mostly serious cyber crimes, cyber security issues, all these are handled in the deep net and dark net. And there is no proper regulation of the deep net dark net right now. It's a very big challenge for the world that how to control. So all those crimes, serious crime happening in the physical mode, now shifted to the deep net, dark net, and the cyber crimes. Now then the question is that how we are going to regulate, because the business cost is going to grow very fast, because every company now they're going to pay from their IT budget around 17% cost to the cyber security or net security. My point is that because of the changing paradigm of the of business, trade and commerce, changing this consumer behavior, changing use of the technology and all, we are going to have a lot of changes in the teaching learning process, business process, e-commerce and m-commerce. And then because we are going to have a lot of data generation, data protection, data analysis, and that's why the cyber security is a very important aspect for all of us. And it is not a local issue, it is a global issue. And also because of the lack of regulation in the deep and dark net, this issue is further more serious. So with these words, I want to thank the GIFS International Business School for inviting me for this talk, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. Now, I would request Professor Dr. Nita Bedi to extend the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Neeta Beri, on behalf of Geeta Ratan International Business School, wish to take this privilege of thanking everyone for making it to the inaugural session of the conference. I extend my gratitude to Honorable Professor Gurbax Singh Karkara, Vice Chancellor, RNB Global University, Professor Tabrez Ahmad, Vice Chancellor, GD Goenka University, Mr. Sarad Babu, Director Operation Oracle, and Dr. Anbuthambi, Bhojarajan, President ICT Academy, who spared their time in spite of their extremely busy schedule. My sincere thanks to Shri R.N. Jindalji, Honorable Chairman Gibbs, Shri Anirudh Jindalji, Honorable Chairman Gibbs, who made this ceremony significant with their winning and encouraging presence. I also wish to thank all present distinguished dignitaries and guests who graced this occasion with their presence. Very special thanks to our director, Professor B.S. Hoti, who supervised us to the nuances of everything and guided us for translating this event into real success. Thanks to the faculty members and admin staff members who worked hard for the proper arrangement of this ceremony. Thanks once again, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you all the guests and participants to attend and grace the occasions. Participants are requested to join their respective tracks for paper presentations with the provided links. We are closing this room. Thank you so much for joining.